Cystic Fibrosis Foundation is the mothership. I am officially naming myself captain of the Millennium Falcon. And if you don't get that reference, I can't help you. I liked that. That was good. Okay. So I have to say, first of all, listening to Kim Bowman speak is heartbreaking for everyone here because we all care about someone with CF. But for me, I've been with the foundation for 14 years, and so it gets to be a little bit guilt-inducing. I feel like we aren't working fast enough and hard enough, and I hate that even though he lived his life to his fullest, he should have gotten more than 14 years. That being said, we have to keep fighting so that the rest of the moms don't have to go through what Kim Bowman went through. It's not fair and it's not right, and we can do something about it. Everybody here has the ability to affect change, and the Bonnell Foundation has certainly partnered with us to help us do that. So in the interest of time and not putting you to sleep, I'm going to kind of rifle through a list of things that have happened just over the past few months in the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Some of this was specifically funded in part by the Bonnell Foundation, and I'll note that when I come across it, but these are some really amazing things that you are all working to make a difference in. So, the first thing, we are doing a lot of advocacy. President Obama mentioned the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation in his State of the Union address, and then he had a special session to speak about precision medicine, where again, we were highlighted because we are the leader in precision medicine. Nobody else does what we're doing, period. A lot of people want to, and a lot of people are following our lead, and that's fantastic. That's what they should be doing. So then we also had the FDA approve ivacaftor or Kalydeco for children between the ages of 2 and 5. I know people that this affected, and it's been life-changing. This is all just this year. We also just announced a $3 million award to support some pancreatic enzyme therapy. We had 38 states meet with various members of Congress during March on the Hill. Back in March, we had 267 meeting with members of Congress. Congressman Levin joined the Cystic Fibrosis Caucus. I just met with him this week. We've done amazing things. We also just announced a $14 million research expansion with Genzyme for therapies targeting most common CF mutation. That's the double of 508. We have another announcement just a couple of weeks ago about $5 million that is going to anti-inflammatory treatment with Corbus, a company in Boston. And now we are set to hopefully get approval from the FDA for the ivacaftor-lumacaftor combination, which treats the double F508 mutations. So people who have 2 copies of delta F508. I'm excited about that therapy. That will get us to about, I think, 58% of our population being covered with some kind of therapy. This is not a cure. But we need to do better. And there's still a huge chunk of our population who's not going to be covered by this therapy or any therapies currently in our pipeline. It may only be 12% that won't be covered by some therapy, but 12% is not good enough. No more Blake Bowmans losing their lives. The other thing that the Bonnell Foundation, I went to them specifically about this research in particular that I'll tell you briefly about. And that is RNA therapy. And this is something that's being done in Israel. And it's super exciting. I won't dare try to explain it to you because I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist, and I could, draw some stuff and it makes sense to me, but you guys would be completely lost. But it's important stuff. We're looking beyond just drugs, and maybe in 20 years, we'll have a gene fix. I mean, that's starting to look more and more likely every day. I can remember a time in the foundation when we did not utter the words gene fix. Now we're talking about it very openly and a lot. That's awesome. And that's because of people like you who come to these things and go to fundraising events and fund Great Strides and do all of those things and then give major gifts the way the Bonnell Foundation does. We can't do this without you. We are a united front. The Boomer Esiason Foundation, obviously, awesome. Roxyaf, Emily Schaller is, awesome. But we need to keep up this progress. We cannot sit back. We're spending a lot of money, and we're gonna make sure that we spend it wisely, but we gotta keep up the momentum. If we can get there 20 years sooner than even we think right now, all the better. No more Blake Bowmans. No more Kim Bowman talking about the most awful thing that a parent could ever imagine. The bravery it takes to stand here and do that, it's just amazing to me. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. That makes people want to fight harder. So, I also want to tell you we do have a patient assistance resource center that kind of combines all of the resources out there. I'm sure Bonnell Foundation is listed in it as well because we have referred people to the Bonnell Foundation for things that we just simply can't cover in our mission, whether it's baby formula or diapers or utility bills. There are a lot of people out there who have a really hard time, and we're very grateful that you help take care of them. So thank you all very much, and God bless.